Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something truly awe-inspiring, the incredibly spiritual and rewarding journey of becoming a Hafiz, a protector of the Quran. You know, if you've ever looked at someone who has memorized literally the entire Quran and thought, wow, how is that even humanly possible? Well, you are definitely not alone. We're going to break down the actual blueprint of this journey for you. We'll look at the spiritual tools you need, the daily grind, and of course, the absolutely breathtaking eternal rewards waiting for those who take this noble path. Let's get right into it. To kick things off, let's look at a powerful truth shared by Muhammad. He's a young student in Dubai who actually just recently finished his memorization through his school's Rahal program. And when people asked him about his journey, he totally shattered this myth that becoming a Hafiz is some impossible mountain to climb. He quoted this beautiful verse right from the Quran, "And indeed we have made the Quran easy to remember." What Muhammad's experience really shows us is that, yeah, sure, there are going to be ups and downs, but the path itself is fundamentally paved with divine ease. It's not about having some kind of superhuman genius-level intelligence. It's really just about taking that very first step and trusting that the path is going to open up for you. Moving right along into Section 1, Seeking Divine Help, Calling Upon the Prophets. Because let's be real, when you do take that first step, sometimes the sheer amount of human effort required can feel completely overwhelming. And when it does, sincere supplication, making dua, is absolutely your ultimate tool. To see how this works, let's actually look at two great prophets, Yunus and Musa. First up, Prophet Yunus. Picture him trapped in the absolute darkest depths of the ocean, literally inside the belly of a whale. Now, he didn't just give up in despair. Instead, he called out in total surrender, admitting his faults and glorifying God. His prayer is literally the ultimate dua for when you feel like you're drowning in distress or just totally overwhelmed by your own mistakes. Then, on the flip side, we have Prophet Musa. He was given this monumental, frankly terrifying mission to confront the tyrant Pharaoh. And guess what? He didn't ask for a pass. He didn't say get someone else. Instead, he prayed for his chest to be expanded with confidence, for his massive task to be made easy, and for the knot in his tongue to be untied. So, if you're ever feeling anxious about your own recitation, or like you just can't master a new surah, Musa's prayer is your exact blueprint for finding that divine confidence. So, how do we maximize this divine assistance? Well, our sources highlight some highly recommended prime times for making dua. Just imagine the sheer power of waking up in the last third of the night. The whole world is completely silent, and you're just asking Allah to make the Quran settle in your heart. Or think about asking for help while you're in sujood, that state of ultimate closeness to your Creator. Or even just taking a quick moment when it's raining, which is a time of immense mercy, to ask for clarity. If you can tap into these specific moments, along with the quiet time between the Adhan and Iqama, and on Friday evenings right before Maghrib, you can seriously supercharge your spiritual journey. All right, let's shift gears to Section 2, the discipline of memorization, practical steps. We're going to look at how all this spiritual prep actually translates into your daily routine, because at the end of the day, while dua is your absolute foundation, you still have to put in the physical work, right? And this journey definitely requires a clear roadmap. Step 1, maintain pure sincerity. Remember, this isn't some race to show off to your friends. It is purely a matter of the heart. Step 2, get yourself a qualified teacher. Honestly, you just can't navigate all the subtle nuances of recitation totally on your own. But step 3, this is where the real magic happens. You have to choose discipline over fleeting motivation. Look, motivation comes and goes. Some days you're going to feel incredibly inspired, ready to conquer the world, and other days you literally won't want to even open the book. Discipline is what forces you to sit down and review your verses on those days when you'd rather be doing literally anything else. Finally, step 4, use your time wisely. This means finding those little golden pockets of time in your daily chaos and filling them with the Quran. And that brings us to a massively crucial point. You can never, ever abandon your revision. There's this striking hadith from Prophet Muhammad that warns us about this. It basically says that without consistent review, your memorized verses will escape rapidly. Think about a camel for a second. It's strong, it's fast, and if it breaks free from its tying rope, good luck catching it again. The verses in your memory are exactly like that. The unspoken golden rule of Hifz is that your revision is a daily rope that you absolutely must tie. If you don't, the treasure just slips right away. Which leads us to what being a Hafiz actually means. During an interview, the mother of that young Hafiz from Dubai beautifully pointed out that completing the memorization is, of course, a moment of profound happiness. But she said it's also a moment of healthy fear. Why? Because the word Hafiz literally translates to protector.
So, this isn't just about passing a test, it's a lifelong responsibility. You're committing to protect the words of God, not just up in your head, but in your daily actions. You essentially become a living, breathing guideline for how to walk through the world.
Okay, moving on to our final section, Section 3, Blessings in this world and the next. As you build up this discipline and protect the Quran, some absolutely breathtaking blessings start to manifest. We're going to explore the immense rewards promised to a Hafiz, both right here in this life and in the eternal one.
First off, if you're sitting there right now thinking to yourself, listen, I don't speak Arabic, I stumble over the words, this is just way too hard for me, please do not despair. The Prophet explicitly promised that yes, the one who's highly proficient is with the noble angels, but the one who struggles, the one who finds it difficult but still does their absolute best, they receive 2 rewards. No way, right? But it's true. One reward is for the recitation itself, and the second is for that sincere, grueling struggle. Your hardship is literally multiplying your reward.
Now, looking ahead to the hereafter, there's this awe-inspiring sequence that unfolds on the day of resurrection. The Quran, it doesn't just sit idly by. It actively arrives as an intercessor, like a powerful advocate literally pleading on your behalf. Then the Quran asks for you to be adorned, which means you receive a crown of honor. Right after that, you're clothed in a garment of honor. And finally, you get to hear the most magnificent command imaginable. Recite and rise. Your rank in paradise isn't just some fixed thing. It actually elevates with every single verse you memorized back in this world. Your final eternal station is at the very last verse you recite.
But here's the thing. The blessings don't even stop with you. In what is probably the most emotional and beautiful promise of all, your earthly struggle becomes an eternal tribute to your parents. Because they were the ones who supported you, who drove you to all those classes, who nurtured your journey. They will actually be crowned on the day of resurrection with a light that outshines the sun itself. Just think about that. Your memorization becomes their ultimate, glowing adornment.
So, knowing all this, knowing that divine ease is genuinely promised, that the angels are right there accompanying you, that your struggles literally earn double the reward, and that the eternal payoff for both you and your family is just absolutely magnificent, we want to leave you to ponder one final question. Where will your recitation take you? The ropes are in your hands, the book is open, and your spiritual ladder is waiting. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this sparks the beginning of your own incredible journey.